The Court of Appeal Abuja Division has affirmed the judgment of the Federal High Court Abuja, faulting decision of the Apex Court, the Central Bank of Nigeria, for terminating the contract it awarded to an indigenous company on the pre-shipment inspection of cargoes at Nigerian seaports. Justice Okon Abang also affirmed that the court has jurisdiction to entertain the suit, contrary to the claims by the defendant. Our correspondent Kuliojo completes the story.
Ruling on the disputes, Justice Okon Abang admitted that the Federal High Court was right to hear the dispute between the Central Bank of Nigeria and Mega System over the pre-shipment inspection of cargoes at the Nigerian seaports. Citing Section 251 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the judge added that the National Assembly could also legislate to confer additional jurisdiction on the Federal High Court to adjudicate any matter. The court also held that the Pre-Shipment of Inspection of Import and Export Act Cap 26 Law of Nigeria 2023 mandates that only the Federal High Court has the jurisdiction over the matter. The appeal court held that the respondent was entitled to the financial relief being sought under the contractual terms, and the judgment finds meted out by the trial court. The court maintained that it will be in the CBN's interest to release all the outstanding monies due to the respondents, as the respondent could be free to embark on committal proceedings on the matter.
There are several means of enforcement of court judgment, and even in this judgment that has just been delivered, the Court of Appeal had ordered the Central Bank of Nigeria to comply with the provision of the agreement signed with the respondent by making sure that they make payment, and that if payment is not made, we as the respondent, in respect of whom the judgment of the Federal High Court endures, can even take contempt proceedings against the principal officers of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and that cannot be taken away from the table.
Yeah, very well. The judgment has been given, all counts, all issues resolved in favor of the respondent, but we will make application for the CTC of the judgment, right? Then we'll study it critically vis-a-vis the provision of the law, and then we'll know what next step to take.
You want to appeal?
Is a possibility. We have every right to, if you have to. Want to appeal. The fact that the CBN applauded the job for job one, our position is that the job was not completed. If it is not completed, then they are not entitled to anything to be paid. So the fact that you do a job in part and an applaud is given for the job done in part doesn't mean that the job was actually completed. I hope you understand that.
The court equally faulted some of the cases cited by the Central Bank of Nigeria, saying it has nothing to do with the case at hand. From the appeal court in Abuja, Kunle Ojo, Galaxy TV.